welcome back to my channel. I'm Summer's mom. Since the last video, a lot of you have been asking me a lot of questions about Summer, what's going on with her, how's she doing, what's going on with her progress. But since then, I wanted to share something with you. If you remember back in my last video, we had talked about Summer going on the bus, it being a life skill for her and all of that. But today I wanted to share with you. Since then, when we signed Summer up for the bus, we were under the impression that, Summer had to go all the way out to the entrance of the complex where we live. So, with children like Summer, she has cerebral palsy. So it's like her muscles and her brain, they're like, sometimes they don't connect. But with her, everybody is different. Everybody's condition is different. But with her, she has good control over her muscles. She can walk, but she can't walk far distances. So we decided to get a wheelchair. So we ordered the wheelchair. The wheelchair was going to be there, I think, the day after or 2 days after. So it was like, okay, we got to go and walk all the way out to the beginning of this entrance. And, beside her not being able to walk the whole way, when someone see a dog, when someone see anybody, she gotta and start screaming, try to run up to them. So I know it's gonna be a process. I know it's gonna be long. So I said, okay, the wheelchair is gonna be the best option for her. So we ordered the wheelchair. So when she actually got to go on the bus, they was like, no, you don't have to go all the way out to the entrance. We're gonna come right here and pick her up from the door. So I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. We don't have to go through all that. So anyway, when they picked her up from the door, I was like, okay, cool. So we don't need a wheelchair no more. And it was like, she went on the bus, and then when she came home, they was like, oh, Summer was misbehaving on the bus. Summer was throwing tantrums. Summer wasn't sitting down. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. And then, it clicked in. Okay, I need to now figure out what to do or what Summer likes to get her to now to behave. And like with children, with Summer, they don't like candy. They don't like toys, TV. No, like she don't like none of that stuff. And it was like the only other thing I could think of is she likes wheelchairs. Like, she not only likes to be pushed in a wheelchair, she likes to push wheelchairs. Like, when we go out, I have to stronghold her whenever a stroller comes by or a wheelchair comes by, that she don't run up to it and try to push the person. So I was like, okay, good. We could start up this reward system with the wheelchair. Awesome idea. So what we did, so when the bus came the next morning, I went out and I said, okay, Summer, we got the wheelchair. I have to put it together. So when you come home today, I'm going to have the wheelchair out there. If you behave, I'm going to push you in the wheelchair. I said, you understand what I'm saying? So she was like, I said, good. Gone on the bus. So I went out, put the wheelchair up, put it together. I sit in it, make sure it's working. Cool, be good. Bus coming. I out there waiting on her with this wheelchair. So I get to the door of the bus. I asked the attendant, how did she do today? So she said, oh, Summer didn't behave today. So I said, okay. So Summer comes on the bus. She tries to sit in the wheelchair. She thinking she going for a ride. So I say, no, Summer. Remember, we had a deal. You're not going for any wheelchair rides unless you behave. So when you don't behave, then I get to go in the wheelchair and I get to go for a wheelchair ride and you can't go. And she was upset because she wanted to go and ride in this wheelchair. So I say, okay, Summer, you go inside now. I'm going for my wheelchair ride. So I left her. I put her inside. And, she was upset. She was sitting on the floor. She was blue because, like, where you think you're going wheelchair riding without me? But I had to prove a point because, we doing this rewards thing. So I took the wheelchair out, acting as though I was going for an actual wheelchair ride. But actually, I was going right to the mailbox riding slowly, slowly, slowly. Push the key in the mailbox, get the mail, and everything I doing slow, but you know, I'm not far, so if anything, I can get back to her. But I want her to think that I'm out having fun without her. So get the mail, going slowly back to the apartment, slowly back. So when I get back, she's still on the floor, upset. So when she see the wheelchair coming in, you know what she did? She get up, she turned around, she go in the room, and next thing I know, she was knocked out. She was mad. So the next day, that morning before I put her on the bus, I said, okay, Summer, you didn't behave yesterday, but you know, I'm gonna take you for a little ride today just so you can test out the wheelchair. Put her in the wheelchair. Say, okay, snap yourself in. She's do the strap. She snap herself in. I said, okay, let's go. So I push her around the complex while we was waiting on the bus to come. So when the bus came, like, she was having a ball. She was happy. So when the bus came, took her out, put her on the bus, she was cool. So when she came home that day, I there with the wheelchair. Attendant, how did she do today? Summer ain't behaved today. So it's same thing as yesterday. Take the wheelchair. Summer, no wheelchair rides today. You didn't behave. So carry the wheelchair back, put her inside. Then I go slowly back to the mailbox. And I come slowly back, and I laughing and I carrying on because I having a good time with her on this wheelchair by myself. And same thing as the day before, she was on the floor to the door waiting, mad. But we are going to continue to do the wheelchair reward system until we get some results. Because, you know, with children like Summer, like, everything is a routine for them. Like, and I think that's too why when you take them out of the norm, or you take them out of their, you know, what they think is normal or their routine, is a problem. And like a normal child, you could tell them once, you could tell them twice, and they got it. But with special needs children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, straight up to 50, straight up to 100 sometimes. And then they just get it because it's like they build a routine. So it's like consistency, 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 consistency with them. So we're going to continue doing the wheelchair thing, and we're going to continue our reward system. And I'm going to give you an update on, you know, how it went, how long it took, and I'm going to show you how Summer carries on when she comes out of the bus. So until next time, guys, don't forget to like, to share, and come back to get an awesome update on Summer. Bye, guys.